All right. Right on indeed. And we just jammed out to that theme song.
No energy.
For the last time this season. Because this is the season 3 finale, big year-in review. I'm your host, Wade Dana. This is Belonging Songs. It's the podcast where we write you, the listener, brand new original songs. We discuss those songs. In each episode, you get to hear a song go from a little baby demo to a mostly professionally finished track.
A little chubby baby.
Yeah. With me in the studio today is the whole gang. We got Dr. Patrick Crane here.
Good to be here to be shit on in person again.
Chad Calton.
Hello.
And Bradley Maurer.
Esquire.
All of it, the third.
When seriously was the last time all
I don't know.
4? How many are there?
Maybe
4 of us? 4 of us?
Maybe the season premiere.
Yeah.
With all 4?
Yeah.
Feels like a good pair of pants, like some Bugle Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's misstained.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Call back. The fans will love that. A little Easter egg for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is it. This is the end of season 3. A whole nother year, Belonging Songs, of us BSing around. It is good to have you guys all back in one room. It was a struggle to get us all together this year, but we did it. Another season. We just got ourselves chock full of barbecue. I have to confess something to you guys, though.
Oh, shit.
I did fail on one front. I tried to find those Reese's peanut butter cups with potato chips in them because I wanted us to try them on the air. And I don't know where we're at because I thought this was America.
Yeah.
And if they're going to announce something like that, they should be on every street corner in the country. But I couldn't find them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'll tell you what else. I haven't because you've been talking these up.
I haven't even had them, but I mean, come on.
I got another buddy who you guys have met, Andy, if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about these pizza Cheez-Its. I live in a small city. You'd think there'd be pizza Cheez-Its. No, you got the cheddar, you got the extra toasty, you got the white cheddar,
No
garlic
pizza?
parm, no pizza.
These Reese's things, though. Reese's peanut butter cups with chips in them.
I know, right?
I'd eat.
So
a lot of
I'm
those.
sorry. I tried to find them. We were going to try them on the air, but
First time hearing.
I know. So, and Halloween candy's out too. Like
Yeah,
there was a whole aisle of Reese's.
Don't
but
put
not
the
those.
don't put the ad out without the stock out,
Exactly.
bro.
I know.
You know.
So yeah, maybe season 4 we'll get a hold of some of those.
Be old hat by then. We'll be sick of them.
So what are we doing here? We're not bringing you a brand new original song that we're going to talk about because this is our all-encompassing. Yeah, cool. The water heater just kicked on. Welcome back to the
Top
studio.
5 water heater of the year right
The
there.
doom music just kicked in.
All right, everybody, be quiet for a second. Okay, now I can filter that out.
Okay, good.
So yeah, this is just an episode where we kind of step back and look at the work that we've done over this past year. I always really like these episodes because, spoiler, I don't really listen to these songs throughout the year because I spend 20, 30 hours working on each one. Not really what I want to do during the week is go throw on the playlist during the season.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, our playlist is up to over 5.5 hours right now after this season, which I think is so cool. And that's all our original music. It is fun to put that on and listen to it. And I did go back this week and listen to all the songs that we did this season. And it's really cool to step back. You know, I'm not working on them anymore, and I can just kind of take in everything that we did. And hopefully you guys did that too. It's a cool exercise, and I'm proud of all the stuff that we've done. Any thoughts on that, boys?
I did the same thing, and it's always interesting to go back and, like you said, see where they've gone, especially with all the input and all the time put into them. But I also forget about some of these songs, and then it's sort of listening to them with fresh ears again. Mm-hmm. I think that was the first song of the year, Time to Grow Up.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And if you say to me someday we can't be friends because you've changed, well, I'll say that's okay. It's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. Sometimes it's hard to grow up all the Sometimes it's hard to grow up all the way. Take a look around you, what buys you worth? When all said and done, will you be better gone? Does it matter much, or will you leave this better off?
I didn't even remember that was this season, but I listened to it a couple times, tried to listen to all these a couple more times through just as one unit. And and
one unit.
and it reads like a journey, right? And even some of it remind me of certain points throughout the year with ups and downs, and obviously a lot of the topics that come up.
Right.
So yeah, it was a true year in review retrospective when I was listening to them.
Do you ever get that where like if I'm listening to something and it's like a rerun, I'll remember exactly where I was when I heard it the first time?
Yeah, I anchor music to moments. I don't know. Have we talked about this? How I have soundtracks in my dreams?
No.
Yeah, all my dreams have soundtracks.
Why aren't you recording these?
Yeah.
I should.
And like, let's just hear about the drugs you're on real quick.
Hydrochlorothiazide.
Okay,
that's for blood pressure.
All right, that's good. Good shit.
Good shit. Omeprazole.
Oh.
Mix those two. Fucking 8 ball of blood pressure.
Banger.
And GERD.
But also soundtrack to the dreams.
Yeah.
Before we do step back and start talking about these individually, one thing I had mentioned in one of our previous episodes was that if anybody has thoughts on a song that you weren't on the episode completion for, so you didn't hear finished, feel free to jump in now and say a few things about any of those, if anybody wants to start.
I did. I went back through and listened. I had nothing to do with your Adults with Needs episode at all, and I listened to that the other day. Yeah. And that was kind of nice because I hadn't even heard a lot of your finished product that you put out back in 2016 when you did it. That was good for me to listen to that and remember some of those songs, even though we did play a few of those.
Yeah, those are fun episodes. Brad and I were down here, and it was just like a trip down memory lane. So I do plan on doing the rest of those songs next season. They also help to like give us a break from having to write because they're free-made stuff and content. But it was really fun to just kind of reminisce. And like Patrick was saying, that takes you back to a time. And that took me right back to when we were playing a lot. We used to play a lot of those songs. So, yeah, cool.
To your first question, I think a good amount of the Iminia songs, I don't think I potted on that much, maybe one or two. But I said it recently on the last episode, but I love those songs. They're so entertaining to me and like musical, and I have nothing to do with them, which is pretty cool. You know, when you're involved in a song, maybe it's just me, but like I'll constantly just kind of ride my part. And that's what you focus on. And it gives you a chance to kind of just listen to a song, which is really sort of entertaining. And
when you're a passenger in a car, you can check in the scenery.
Just drive and look around. And it's when your friends are doing it, it's really cool because it's like you get to appreciate the parts and all that.
I don't know if I have heard I Like to Eat Fingernails all the way through. And I wrote in my notes when I was listening to him, this goddamn song is a thrasher. Oh, cool. And it just like resonated with me today. I don't know if it was my mood, but that was my soundtrack of the day.
Nice.
In fact, I listened to it again on the drive up here.
Cool. Patrick, I don't think you were on our the finish of Patty for Todd.
No, I wasn't, which it was great to hear that. I have a lot of thoughts on that song.
Throw them out.
That was
the time.
Yeah.
That was one of those songs where I didn't know the female Sasquatch was called Patty, and I've watched a lot of goddamn History Channel, you know, about the history.
Okay.
That song, when we were first listening to it, we knew it was going to be fun, right? The story was great. And hearing that with the whistling intro, with the walking through the woods.
Because you were on the beginning and you didn't hear any of that. Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I've loved this cryptid. So massive and
that was a ton of fun. I really want to, and I know Todd's probably listening, but kudos.
And Brad, I can finally get your thoughts on my ingredient song, Buried the Lead. Hopefully.
I didn't finish that.
No. And I remember I've asked you multiple times at tennis, hey, did you check out that song yet? And you're like, no.
I listened to it today.
Okay, cool.
Did you do something with the overall tone sound-wise on that thing at the end of it?
I used, so one of my ingredients was vocoder.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that going on at the end.
Like
I got squirrely with like a lot of the background vocals and stuff, yeah.
I dug it. I remember here in the beginning, so the roots of it.
Right.
I think it was well executed.
Draw this out, see if you can get him to keep talking like he's listened to the song.
It was pretty. It was pretty good. I liked the part where the
rhythm
went.
was good.
So like
guitars.
Somewhere around minute 4, there was a thing.
That was really good.
Thing?
It was really good.
Yeah, what was the thing?
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we got that out of the way,
No,
let's
it was good.
Cool.
It was a really good song.
Let's take a step back and now let's recap what we actually did this season. A big part of this season was bringing Chad in as new co-host and drummer on all the songs.
Fucking
That's a big
badass.
deal. So
Yeah.
it really elevated all these songs, and it's been great to have him. And that allowed us to do all the Minya stuff because we needed to take a step back because the workload was getting to be too much, and that allowed the pressure to be off Brad and I for writing new songs, but still to bring new songs to the show, which worked out great. So, Chad, thanks for joining. It's been great.
Good drummer, that kid.
Glad to do it.
Yeah.
And he's been bitching about fake drums for a while.
He writes fucking awful shit on social media.
But I'm glad he's practicing what he preaches a little bit.
See, now,
and getting
Chad,
after it.
You need to do a song where you do real drums, but fake everything else.
Everything else.
Get us back.
Yeah. Let's see, Brad, you did 4 songs this year.
Mm-hmm.
I did 6. We did the 5 Minya songs. We had Todd's listener submitted ingredient song.
Let's not forget Dirty Kids and their banger.
Yeah, so extra stuff. So 25 musical pieces showcased this season, one of them including the new theme song. Well, not new anymore, but the season 3 theme song. The Dirty Kids showed up to give us the Chicken on My Chicken gem. And Patrick, you were kind of singing that when you walked up and we were eating some chicken outside on the deck.
Not kinda.
And I had mentioned, I'm glad that you mentioned that because I was going to play that, but we're all right here.
Oh, god damn.
And I think we might try to do a live version. So it's going to be
How you gonna do
more
that?
a cappella. I'm going to handle most of it, but what you're going to do,
Okay.
Brad, you have one line, and it's, I want some chicken on my... So when I point to you,
I've said it.
that's
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
You're put some pickles on it.
Okay.
Now, you did the bums, but
Yeah.
I'll handle it. You can jump in,
Okay.
but we're going to try it. This could go really bad, but this will be our first live song. Chad,
No, I'm
you
happy
weren't
just
in-
to watch.
Chad's got a beatbox.
But yeah, if you want to beatbox or do something. So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
2, 3. I'm hungry, want to make a sandwich. Got some bread, but I'm going to throw it in the trash and use some chicken instead.
I want some chicken on my chicken.
Chop chicken, bottom chicken, chicken in between. Triple chicken sandwich is what I fucking need. Chicken, 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 chicken.
I want some chicken on my chicken.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum,
Put some pickles on it.
bum, 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 bum,
Put some pickles on it.
I want some chicken on my chicken.
bum, 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 bum.
Right on.
All right, cool.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Pretty good.
Double gatefold live album.
live Dirty Kids coming at you.
I can die now.
I want to.
Our buddy Jack Fathom also showed up for Valentine's Day and gave
Oh,
you
man.
I love
Crushing
you high
on
five.
Jack Fathom for that
All-time
song.
high five.
Yep, and he played that for you on the last stride, so we won't play it again here. But
Pretty good.
Um,
Good jam.
Thanks to him for jumping in there.
I know Jack Fathom played piano.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of keeps that tucked under the belt, brings it out when it means something.
Had no idea. He's full of intrigue.
He is.
26 episodes released, 18 full episodes, 6 strides. We had the Impact 89X special interview. Patrick has an Impact 89 FM t-shirt on right now. Also made a Bradbot sticker this year. It's not in the store. Nobody goes there anyway. I'm not going to make a new sticker pack because nobody really buys them. What I'm going to do, though, is take all the stickers and put them into one sticker pack in the store. The Bradbot sticker will be included, and we'll just kind of add to that instead of making new sticker packs. Anybody got any thoughts on the entirety of what we put out before we get into our favorite tracks?
I will say I think it was a well-blended season. Just having the Iminia, like you said, left us a little bit loose to kind of navigate and explore songs or not have to force a song, right? Which is good. So
it's an interesting point because we did have like a distinct sound for season 1 and 2, right?
From a fan perspective, I think it's cool that you got some variety going on. You never really know what you're going to get, but there's a little something for everybody. This is pretty cool.
Cool. Jay, it looked like you were going to say something.
I was just going to say I was impressed with the volume that you guys did in a season, and just from seeing the other 2 seasons and actually being a little bit of a part of this, I was impressed with the product that you guys put out, even with the Armenia stuff too. I liked your extras too.
It's a lot of work, but it is rewarding in that stepping back and then listening to it all is so cool. And like I had mentioned before too, the playlist is over 5.5 hours now, which I'm really proud of and think it's awesome. So let's jump into some of our favorite tracks from this season. Patrick came prepared with a whole page of notes. So I think we should let him off the leash
You got to honor that.
Yeah. So as always, I broke it down by artist. Like I said, it was interesting to go through and just see where we were at in time. Slin's top picks for me.
Oh, that's me.
It's you. Pay attention.
Going by code name.
I think for me, Sweet Pea was the highlight of the year, mostly because of the story it told, and I love the end crescendo.
My head and hands conspired to put this rope around my neck, and as the branch lifts me up higher, I can hear your voice say, "Rest, but this is not what I wanted for you." And then my last dance is fire, sweet pea. I'll join you soon.
It's just beautifully written, and I think the most powerful song this year. And I think, to me anyway, it feels the most raw emotionally. I think Red Carpet was fun. Just that daydreaming about hanging out with a celebrity. We had a lot of fun recording that episode. That's going to resonate. And then the newest song, Bullet Jesus, I think perfectly sort of encapsulated your year.
What if the force inverted you? You think it would change your point of view? We cut ourselves on the wrong side of the night, just couldn't get it right. Such a failure's appalling, but far worse when it happens twice. Women bleeding, left to die. Meanwhile, Lord Jesus aborts another child. Women bleeding for their dignity, while Lord Jesus enjoys for the automatic community.
Those are the ones that really resonated with me. And then, not probably going to make my favorites list, but something I thought was really ambitious, and I can't think of a better word to use for it than epic, was Near Death Experience. I mean, what an undertaking,
Yeah,
right?
I am so glad to have that done.
Yeah.
And I've listened to it a couple times this week, and I really like how it turned out, and I'm very happy with it. And that's something that sat around for a decade,
Yeah.
basically, unfinished. And I always liked it, but never had the incentive to tackle it and finish it, and this podcast really pushed me to do that, and I'm really grateful that it's finally done.
I think
out
ambitious would be another word, right? For those reasons, just getting that off your chest.
Just listening back to it this week, I did so much experimenting with it because when I recorded it, I was kind of learning how to record still. So there was it was kind of loosey-goosey in that sense. And then, years later, I'd jump in and work on it again. And at some point, our friend Chris put drums on it. And then it sat for 5 more years. Coming at it now, it allowed me to just really kind of let loose and be like, this is just something I can really get creative and fun with. And I used a lot of crazy sounds and kind of like you're traveling through time. So there was like tapes reversing and parts of it sounded like you were kind of ripping the fabric of time and space. And it was fun. So I'm glad that you like that.
Yeah. And it was fun to really sit down again with fresh ears and listen to that. And just kind of, it's an experience, that song is. Uzi, that's Brad. Pay attention. Nudge him. So
you got 4 to pick from.
I got 4 to pick from, and I'm between 2 for my favorite. So I think Pierce the Night's my favorite for the year.
Wow.
And I remember
really? That's awesome.
Wade song now.
I remember talking about having to look this guy square in the eye and not thinking I was going to like that song.
Yeah.
I fucking love the climbing scales in that. The chorus and how you sing If I Could Say to You is like so good. I love that song.
If I could say you, I'm okay, just paralyzed. Would you forsake me when I wake and pierce the night? Pierce the night.
Wade's looking at me like I'm an idiot.
No, I think it's awesome. I'm so happy that is your favorite one of his from this year because he was going to let it die.
I know.
It was our.
I know, and
it's dead.
I didn't like it.
It's dead to me.
But yeah, same thing on the drive here.
That's pretty cool.
That hit repeat. The Minute I Saw You is the song that probably, back to the intro of the episode, took me back to a specific time, and it's because it's about a specific event that I think resonated with all of us here growing up, local music scene. And I still hear in that song a live performance, like the audience is going to sing along. It's a celebration of a musician's life, and it feels like an arena song.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
It takes me back to us being in this room too with Chad.
With Chad.
doing the drums.
That was fun.
And that was a fun night.
That was fun.
And I still can't help to think of the alternate lyrics that we came up with. Get your prostate checked, everybody.
Sooner or later, get prostate cancer.
Yeah. But anyway, that song's a success. And then I just wanted to comment.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that riff here?
Here.
Yeah.
Like I came down here and
You were playing on the guitar.
I retuned your guitar and I was just messing
And,
around.
I came
Patrick
out of the
started singing
bathroom.
about soon, and we were all doing like this kind of show tune thing. And then luckily Brad took the riff home and then turned it into this other song. But yeah, it'll always hold that.
Yeah. I think it's just a fun song. I mean, and it does. It celebrates the life of a musician, and what a better venue to do that in. You did a really nice job. Artificial Tears, your ingredient song, which the ingredient songs are always, I think, resounding successes. But the one thing that sticks with me with this one are those oohs and ahs in the background, like the chest thumping, which I just love that element in that song.
Like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's like that's what I think of every time. So that was cool too. I think I already talked about the I'm In Ya song. I Like to Eat Fingernails is just a banger. Yeah. And then Lost Bridge, the distorted riffs in that are a freaking jam too. And then Jack Fathom just showing his emotions bare.
Yeah.
Boom.
Bare with I love you.
See the single tear rolling down.
I've never
his
heard him
cheek,
talk like that before.
except for every episode of The Stride, but not as vulnerable.
Yeah, but it was very vulnerable. He only talked about that like a couple times during Arrow Catch.
Well, cool. Yeah. Chad, what do you got?
Yeah,
Did you listen back this past week?
I did. I went through and I thought about some of these too. Patrick kind of stole my thunder a little bit.
Classic Patrick.
Fight.
Yeah. As it goes for Brad, the minute I saw you, I thought was the most complete. Like start to finish, everything in between.
It was there already.
It was there. It was hot. Now that I know the origin of the riff, I don't know if I like it as much.
You like it more.
But
No, yeah.
But I thought that was one of just the most complete.
Yeah. I
front
brought
to
a
back.
song.
It was simple. It
Yeah.
was good. It moved. It had a really nice groove behind it.
Yeah.
I liked that.
There was a couple of ideas, right, with some pauses and stuff that I kind of already had planted.
And they were basic ideas, but they were orchestrated well. And that just makes a good listen front to back.
Yeah, like I had said, being in the room doing that one was so fun. We kind of built that pause in there. And yeah, it was a good effort by everyone.
Pretty cool.
You opened me up by doing what came naturally, and you were older but seemed younger to me. The minute I saw you, I saw the real thing. I saw you living out a dream. However you left this world, I hope it was peace, not pain. I know it would never be the same.
And that was also one of the songs where your drum sounds kind of really folded into to where I think you and I really got what we liked.
I would say that this season we really dialed the drums in
Yes.
way better than we've ever have.
Yes.
Just really helped hone our skills
Yeah.
this year working on these songs.
I agree. And then also, like Patrick, I thought Sweet Pea was your opus of the
I love you.
of the season. The story was good. The music was good.
Probably my most cinematic work. Like, cause
Exactly.
yeah, that one I
Picturesque.
get very like
Clear
clear
picture.
pictures
Yes,
of.
Very
you know?
picturesque.
It's Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, overall, those were definitely my favorites. I thought all of them got vast improvement, especially the older ones, the Armenia ones. Those got vast improvement with the recordings, and I'm really glad to be here doing that too. So
Cool.
Boom.
Yeah, not done yet.
Your turn, buddy.
Me? You want me to go next?
Nice
I'll go.
punt.
I can go.
Nice.
I'll just like stuff everybody else liked.
it's an onside kick.
Well, I'm gonna.
Bad news.
I'll start with you, Brad.
All right,
Start
cool.
With you, buddy.
That's
so,
Uzi. Pay attention.
Yeah, Uzi Royal.
Easy.
So super pumped to hear Patrick really be into Pierce the Night. I think that was the last of your Eloise sessions that you were going to
Yeah.
let kind of
Yep.
go. It's been around for a long time.
Long time.
And listening back to it this week, it was one of those ones where I'd almost forgotten about it because it was very early in the season. I was like, oh man, this does jam. And yeah, but my favorites for you this year, one of them was Imposter Syndrome, which is the other one
That you did.
that I helped on.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Well, no,
But
it was,
you were
finished.
It was
It was
another one
over.
you were gonna let die, and I really, really like that song.
They're all rooting her on. She doesn't know what they see. She can't stop her mind from telling that she will never succeed. And I don't wanna play if I'm going to lose. And I don't wanna be fake anymore. Pretend I know what to do. How did this come to be? How did this come to be? How did this come to be? How did this come to be?
I think
I do
that
too.
one, ended up really good. And Artificial Tears just turned out so good. It was an ingredient song, and it was the ingredient song that we all worked on the most. And it really is a product of what we do on this podcast. Like, we collaborated the most. That one went through the most changes and the most conversation and the most revisions because of all of us talking about it. And that was another one where I think we had Chad in the room together. I think you were here working on it.
Yeah,
and
sure. Yeah.
You and I went back and forth with different versions, and Patrick was in on the conversation, and you really allowed the process to work on that one.
I can hold my own against any other guy. Till the day comes when they say what I need to hear. Can't be wrong for me to want to stay. She would never spend another day with me.
I think that one's one of my best mixes of the season,
Agreed.
too.
Agreed.
After listening back this week.
It is a lot of fun to listen and to think back to those conversations and to realize that there's probably a reason we're friends and talk about music despite all the shitting on each other, because we all picked up the exact same notes. Like, it's just, I just think it's fun to see how preferences play out like that.
And the fact that that's an ingredient song, which is something we came up with on the show, so it wouldn't have existed.
No, at all. Never would have done a ooh ah.
Right. And had you just written it on your own and because of the ingredients, whatever, and we didn't talk about it, would have been totally different.
Well, you saw what I did to it, right? Even after we talked about it, I took it all the way to the other side. And then you guys had to kind of say to me, like, "Hey, bud, we got to bring that back a little."
Yeah, you want to come back?
Yeah, we got to break that down. I kind of liked the other song, you know, and so that was cool, and that was me trying to be me, right? Where instead the song didn't really want all that.
We didn't want you to go solo project.
Yeah, exactly.
But we made you beatbox on it.
It was a group deal. I listened to it yesterday, and yeah, I liked it. I don't like listening to a ton of my songs because they're me, but that one was like, oh, that's a good song. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'd put my window down and be like, that's me. That's right, bitch. I'm cranking me.
Yeah. I think it turned out great. The I Mean You stuff I loved. Like, it was really fun to get in there, recorded with Chad, and bring our buddy Matt in to be involved too. Yeah. So that allowed us to hang out, you know, and have him in here, and that was really fun. And I'm really happy just to be in documenting those songs before we get too old and can't play them or forget them or just lose them forever. It's been really fun, and I like it. Midnight Horror Show, I think, turned out super good. I love the mix on that one.
On my notes, Bitch Factor 4 looks like Bitch Fondue 4, which I think is going to be our new band.
Yeah.
The Bitch Fondue 4. Destination End is, I think, my favorite of the I Mean You mixes, just because I just like the groove, man. It's like just the boom, boom,
that one takes you through.
I love that. Like,
takes you through a few different moods.
Yeah, and Chad's playing's amazing, and the end, which is Destination, is really like kind of cool, speedy.
Covered. Yeah.
loved that entire ride. And yeah, you guys kind of cleaned it up, right? Shortened it up, arranged it a little bit, so it wasn't real drawn out. It was pretty good. It was really good.
I'm excited to continue with those. That's something I plan on doing more of next season.
Yeah.
You can see we've already covered this, but the ones up there on the board are what my target is for next year.
Yeah.
And this is collection 1. I kind of plan on recording the collections out of order because the new songs that we are working on, that we play at Friday nights when we get together, I want to be for collection 3. So I'd like to get some of those in next year.
Ronda jams.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them are called Ronda jams. So we'll get into that next year. I have then favorites for me. We had mentioned near-death experience. I am just so happy to have that done. That's a big deal for me to have it done. I think my favorite, you guys mentioned Sweet Pea. I thought that was going to end up higher on my list because I really do like the song. I think what brings it down for me is the mix a little. I don't think it's as strong as a mix sound-wise as some of the other ones. But I agree that it's probably one of the most emotional and the best story-wise. I think I like Red Carpet the most for me this season. I really like how that one turned out. I know it's not like a super serious song, but I think it sounds great and it's got a cool groove.
I like the chorus on that song.
I know I'm not in the movies or even fit for TV, but if they just get to know me for say a month or maybe 3, because it takes a little time to like it comfortable, open up enough for them to find that they and I bet we could be friends. We could be friends. Yeah, I bet we could be friends. We could be friends. Yeah, we could be friends. We could be friends. Oh, I know we could be friends. Yeah, we could be friends.
Yeah, and I had kind of forgotten about Time to Grow Up as well, and I listened to that a couple times. I was like, wow, I really like that. I like some of the guitar work I put in. Then that was an old song, like Pierce the Night and Imposter Syndrome for You, that I kind of revived and was like, oh, I should do something with this and finish it.
That one had quite a few transformations in it from the original.
Yeah.
With the intro and all that.
Then Buried the Lead in Bullet Jesus. I don't think Bullet Jesus is set in enough for me yet.
It's good.
I'll give you a little heads up.
It's good.
So I think I'm still digesting that one. And Buried the Lead was fun to work on. The ingredient songs are always fun. That's another one that I just wouldn't have made. And it's like a really weird kind of story that I sort of shoehorned in Blue Brad's mind with the time travel. But
he did. Pretty
all
awesome.
Fun. That's the season. That's what we did this year. Like I said, I'm always super proud of the work that we put out. I think it's really cool. I know you guys are all super busy with work and life, and it's not always the easiest to get us all together or to get these done, but we managed to do it and piece it together. And I hope that you feel some sense of accomplishment from it.
For sure.
Absolutely.
It's good when you have a good producer. Yeah. Well, and when you have somebody that can, one, motivate you to write and get after it a little bit on that side of things, because, sometimes everything would just sit there. So it's good that you do that.
Let's be clear. If we didn't work for free, we'd all be fucking fired.
Well, that's
except for Chad, because we need him.
Well, yeah. And it's good to have somebody with the ability and the skills to take something all the way. Like we've said before, like everything's just been done. Mm-hmm. It's as good as you can get it on your own. It's good to have people around, right? And I'm pointing to Chad as well, that can clean it up, mop everything up that you've created and kind of put blood in the veins.
And also sometimes tell you like, no, I think you should try this.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a huge thing.
A huge deal.
And I think we've gotten so much more comfortable doing that over the past.
Yeah. Could you imagine
years.
going back 15 years and actually talking about what we were doing instead of just playing it and expecting it to be good? If we actually communicated, like when we did all the Lund stuff for all those years, if we actually sat down and be like, are these songs actually like, what do they need?
Could they be better?
Right. Instead we were just like, no, it's fucking, that's
it.
The song.
Right.
Most
what are
of
you
those,
talking about?
No, most of those Lund songs were
but
they
you
were
know,
good.
They were good,
They
but
were good.
we kind of,
I'm sure they could be
called it good,
arranged better. Some of them,
even a lot of the stuff that we had come up with prior or whatever. If we sat and talked, it's a big deal, and doing that is so much better for the songs, and it takes some of the load off too of you as a person that has to write a song, because you don't get stuck creatively because you're like, this is where I'm at. What do you guys think? And you go, oh, I hear this, and you go, I hear this, and I hear this, and you go, well, I didn't, so I'm going to try that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like the trumpet in my last song,
Yeah.
Bullet Jesus.
And Patrick's great for that. You have a good ear for things that aren't there,
Sometimes.
Shit.
Yeah, so hopefully we can continue to do this as long as you guys aren't sick of me pushing you and bugging you
it's good.
to get together. And
It's a good thing. Well, think about if you didn't. Like, how much time would go by if music wasn't in our friendship?
Brad would still be in the pool.
Yeah, where we just don't see each other enough anyway. So it's like our old man club at this point. Let's
Think
just
about how
keep
good
doing
at
it.
tennis we'd be, though.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I forgot we have tennis too.
That's the problem. We're so
I can always seem to get you guys together for tennis.
Shit, yeah.
But podcasting's like pulling teeth.
You don't have to write tennis.
Right, yeah.
It's its own rhythm.
Next season, I plan on doing more of the instrumental stuff and getting that done. And we'll probably are going to scale back even more. This season, we scaled back because the workload was a lot. And honestly, this show and everything we do takes a ton of time, and it's a ton of work for me, and it's very rewarding. But at some point, there is a diminishing return where our listenership has dropped. There's many weekends where I don't go and do the family or the friends party because I'm working on this.
Yeah, you got to have balance. Let's say the listenership has dropped, but fuck, is it loyal?
Yeah.
I mean, we have the best listeners on the planet.
And I do want to thank everybody who has listened. But, if way more people were listening, I'd be more apt to not scale everything back.
Which brings us to our pledge drive. We don't like to do this every year, but for the next hour.
If you don't, you burn out, you get tired of it. I think you got
like screaming into a wall.
Yeah.
Right?
So think about it like this. Just close your eyes and think about the good recording artists out there and how many albums have they put out and how many songs is that? And you're like, okay, well, that's like 100 songs. 5 hours worth of music is a career for some people. If you really break it down, 3 albums, 4 albums, that's a long music career. And you have all that
one
here.
Fish song.
Well, that's true.
That's why I said,
So that's it. Season 3. Season 4, I think, is going to start a little later and end a little earlier. That's the reason why I got into that, because we'll probably come at you the beginning of next year with our season preview, which is going to be Brad thrashing out a new theme song.
Chad's involved. Don't you run away.
They've already been talking about it. So
I've been talking about it at Chad.
Okay, cool.
That's about as far as I
He
got.
hasn't been saying shit.
So that's going to be our season 4 preview that we've done the past few years, and we'll come at you with that early on next year, and I think probably middle of January, kick off season 4.
Wintertime for me is my songwriting season, right? Should be able to get some things together.
And I've realized that I have to take my own advice, where I'm always coming at Brad about these songs that he's going to let die and trying to get him to finish them. And I do have 3 songs that I haven't listened to in years because I hate them that we're going to be listening to.
I have one that it's open, right? So like if I go into
the best part about Brad though is I always ask him, you got songs? He's like, yeah, I got like 3 or 4, but I don't know. I'm kind of stuck with them. And I'm like, that's the point of the show. Like, that's why we should start an episode.
Like, well, they're not show ready. But like, I walk into my studio and it's literally this one song that's been open. I don't remember what it's called, but I titled it. But I like it. But
Well,
I'm
good.
like,
I
it's
can't
not
wait to
there.
hear
It's
it.
not there yet.
All right. Well, I think that we've covered everything. Thanks again to every listener that has tuned in. We're going to get out of here for this season. Remember, as always, you can go to our website and you can get a hold of us there, fill out the forms page, or you can send us an email message directly to bs@belongingsongs.com. Our merch is up there. T-shirts, stickers, art prints. I'm going to put the Bradbot sticker into a sticker pack, so that'll be available. We're going to come at you next year. We're going to get working on new songs, so we'll see you then. Hey, bud.
What's a good word, man?
Sorry that I'm calling you instead
What's
of,
up?
just texting or whatever.
Is a relationship turned into phone calls now, or what's going on?
Do you remember the last time you were over here and we were recording the whole season finale thing?
Yeah.
And we were going around the table telling each other what our favorite songs of the year were.
Yeah, nobody asked me.
We never got to you. We got sidetracked.
Yeah.
And
You think I didn't remember that and it hasn't stuck with me for the
Well,
last 3 weeks?
I've been editing it and trying to finish it up, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? We never got Brad. We never came back. And I was like,
Yeah, I
I bet 100% that he knew that and just didn't say anything.
Yeah, I was waiting. I was waiting for somebody to give a shit about me at all. Nobody did.
Well, I felt really bad about it as I'm working on this. So I was like, well, I'm going to try and call him when he gets back.
Songs. I don't even know what's going on. Let me pull something up here. Hang on. Find my glasses. I can't see shit. Hang on. All right. I'm actually up here in my studio, and I had jotted a song down when I first got home that I was going to start recording a little bit of.
Is it about fishing in Colorado?
Nope. No, it's just a good riff. Like every once in a while, if I don't play guitar for a while, I'll come home and it'll be like, I'll have a good riff. Something in there that was building up.
Yeah, I hadn't played in a while because I've been working on finishing this stuff up. Came up with a pretty sweet riff last night, too.
Yeah, it's just how it goes. Sometimes like the absence makes it a little better.
If I'm talking weird, it's because I have a super long delay in my headphones because of the way I'm recording this phone call. And it's making it very difficult to talk.
All right, let me find this fucking podcast so I can look at the songs.
Yeah, so I genuinely was like, oh man, I feel really bad. And it was like keeping me up at night. I also really genuinely want to know which ones you liked from this season. So,
all right, there it is. Let me look at the list because I had them. I had stars by them on the sheet. And, nobody asked me. So I just went home, cried the whole way home.
I was going around the table, so we hit Patrick, Chad, and then we came to you, and you're like, you go to me. So I went, and then we got sidetracked talking about other stuff, and then I was like, well, that's it.
Definitely my favorite, probably of the whole season. I'm looking here. Yeah, was Sweet Pea. Okay. That was my favorite song of the season for any song. And then secondly, I would say Destination End I really loved a lot. But like all the Armenia stuff I mentioned was awesome. And then as far as anything that I did, I forgot about Imposter Syndrome, which was a pretty cool collaboration. But I think that my favorite one was probably The Minute I Saw You, just because it was kind of a quick recording session for me and everything, and it kind of came out exactly how I wanted it to sound. So
cool. Yeah, you had a target sound kind of for that.
Yeah, and it's cool. I do that sometimes. It's not like a sound that I have, but it's a sound I wanted to try to hit, and I hit it, so I was happy with that.
Cool.
So that's it, man. Those were the three. I like Red Carpet a lot too. That's a good song.
Awesome.
It's fun.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you.
Well, I'll call my therapist back and cancel the session.
Just cancel that out. Yeah.
yeah, everything's good. I'll tell him everything's good.
Well, cool. All right, dude. Well, glad you had a good trip. Glad I got a hold of you.
I did. Yeah. All right, man. I'll talk to you.
All right. See ya.
That's it. Radbot, take us out of here.
Ready to roll. Coca-Cola, get it on out of my life. Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible. And all of a sudden I did that. Right on.
Yeah, it's good. Boom, done. Next.